Compelling hook. Did you know that stories can be one of the fastest ways to improve your English? Today I'll show you how. Engaging question. What if you could learn English naturally, just like a child does? Topic introduction. In this video we'll use a fun story from a graded reader. You'll learn new words, improve your listening, and practice speaking with a shadow technique. Importance of the lesson. Stories are more than just fun. They help you remember vocabulary better and understand grammar in real-life contexts. Plus, the shadow technique will improve your pronunciation and fluency. What viewers will gain? By the end, you'll not only understand the story but also feel confident speaking parts of it on your own. Understanding the graded reader story. What are graded readers? Graded readers are books designed specifically for language learners. These books use simple vocabulary and grammar to help you improve your skills step by step. They are divided into levels, making them accessible for beginners through to more advanced learners. The goal is to offer stories that are both enjoyable and challenging enough to help you progress. Example: today's story is from a Level 1 reader, perfect for beginners. This means the vocabulary and grammar will be simple, but still interesting and fun. Listening to the story. Listening is one of the best ways to improve your English. By hearing the language in context, you can start to pick up pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. Now we'll listen to a short clip from our graded reader story. Pay attention to the words, the rhythm, and how the sentences flow. Don't worry if you don't understand everything right away. We'll break it down together. Play a short, clear audio clip of the story, 1 to 2 paragraphs. Display subtitles on the screen. Story summary. Let's take a quick look at the story to understand what's happening. Example: this is a story about a boy named Tom who finds a mysterious box in his backyard. He doesn't know what's inside, but he's curious and excited to find out. Little does he know, this box will change his life in a way he never expected. Let's see what happens next. This summary will help you understand the context of the story, so as we go through it, you'll start recognizing new vocabulary and patterns. Something strange or unknown that causes curiosity or confusion. The boy opened the mysterious box. Visual. Imagine a box with question marks around it, making it look intriguing and puzzling. Wanting to learn or know more about something. Tom was curious to see what was inside the box. Visual. Picture a child peeking through a magnifying glass, eager to discover something new. Feeling very happy or enthusiastic about something. He was so excited when he heard the sound coming from the box. Visual. Show someone jumping up and down with joy, wide-eyed and smiling. To find something for the first time. Tom discovered a secret compartment in the box. Visual. A treasure chest opening to reveal hidden jewels or a secret key. An exciting or unusual experience. Opening the box was the beginning of a great adventure. Visual. Picture a map with a winding path leading to an X marking the spot for an exciting journey. In a worried or anxious way. Tom looked around nervously before opening the box. Visual. Imagine someone looking over their shoulder, looking worried or unsure. Something that is different from what is normal or expected. The box had an unusual design, unlike any box Tom had ever seen. Visual. Show a box with a strange, quirky shape that stands out from regular boxes. A traditional phrase used to start a story, especially fairy tales. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Tom who found a mysterious box. Usage. This phrase helps set the scene for a story, making it feel magical and full of possibility. To glance around with a sense of worry or fear. Tom looked around nervously, unsure if anyone would see him with the box. Usage. This expression helps show the character's emotions and the tension in the story. Immediately after something happens. As soon as Tom opened the box, a bright light flashed. Usage. This phrase helps move the action forward quickly, showing a cause and effect relationship. Very quickly, in an instant. In the blink of an eye, the box disappeared, leaving Tom amazed. Usage. This expression emphasizes how quickly something happens, adding excitement or surprise to the story. These vocabulary words and expressions will not only help you understand the story better, but also improve your speaking and listening skills by practicing them in different contexts. The shadow technique is a powerful method to improve your speaking and pronunciation. In this technique, you listen to a sentence or phrase, then repeat it immediately, trying to match the speaker's intonation, rhythm, and pronunciation as closely as possible. It's like shadowing the voice you hear. This helps you develop natural speech patterns and improve your fluency. Let's practice together. I will play a sentence from the story. After you hear it, I want you to pause and repeat after me. Ready? First, I'll play the sentence, then we'll break it down into smaller chunks to make it easier to repeat. He opened the box slowly. Now let's break it into chunks. He opened the box slowly. Say it with me. He opened the box slowly. Play the audio for the full sentence, then pause for viewers to repeat. Let's repeat the sentence a few more times, paying attention to the rhythm and how the words flow together. The goal is to sound natural, so don't worry if you don't get everything perfect on your first try. Just focus on making your speech smooth and confident. For beginners, it's helpful to practice 2 to 3 sentences at a time. This way you can get comfortable with each part before moving on to the next. The more you practice, the more your speaking will improve. Aim to shadow regularly for the best results. Shadowing helps you match the natural flow of English, and with practice, you'll see a big improvement in your pronunciation and speaking confidence. Now that you've learned new vocabulary and practiced the shadow technique, let's think about how you can apply what you've learned in real-life situations. To describe something you find intriguing or puzzling. Example: I watched a mysterious movie last night. It kept me guessing until the end. When talking about things you want to know more about. Example: I'm curious about that new restaurant in town. Have you tried it? When you're talking about something that makes you happy or enthusiastic. Example: I'm so excited for the weekend. I'm going to a concert with my friends. When describing a fun, exciting experience. Example: our trip to the mountains was an unforgettable adventure. To describe how you feel when you're anxious or unsure. Example: I felt nervous before giving my presentation, but it went well. By incorporating these words into your conversations, you'll feel more confident using them in different situations. Here's a fun way to practice. Try creating your own short story using 3 to 5 new words you've learned. You can write it down or say it aloud. For example, here's a quick story using some of the vocabulary we've learned. One day, a curious girl named Anna found a mysterious book in her grandmother's attic. She was excited to read it, but as she flipped through the pages, she realized it was a magical adventure. Nervously, she began to read aloud, and in the blink of an eye, she was transported into the story. Now it's your turn. Create your own story using at least 3 to 5 new words. You can share it with a friend or say it out loud to practice your speaking. The more you use these new words, the more natural they'll feel in your everyday conversations. Let's get you involved. Here are some fun questions about the story to get your imagination going. I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments. Was it something exciting, mysterious, or perhaps a surprise that changed the story completely? Would you open it right away, or would you be curious to find out more about it first? Maybe you'd feel nervous, just like the character in the story. Drop your answers in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your ideas and see how you would react in those situations. Want to continue improving your speaking and listening? Here are a couple of great exercises to try. Now that you've learned the technique, try shadowing the entire story. Listen carefully, pause after each sentence, and repeat it to match the pronunciation and rhythm. This will help you sound even more natural when you speak. Try recording yourself reading a section of the story aloud. When you listen back, you can spot areas for improvement, such as pronunciation or pacing. It's a great way to track your progress. Remember, practice makes perfect, and the more you engage with the story, the more confident you'll become in speaking English. Keep up the great work, and don't forget to comment below with your thoughts on the story. Today we had a great time learning from a fun story. Here's a quick recap of what we covered. We explored a graded reader story, which helped us understand new vocabulary and expressions. We introduced the shadow technique, where we practice speaking by repeating after audio to improve pronunciation and fluency. We also discussed key vocabulary like mysterious, curious, and excited, and saw how to use them in real-life conversations. Using stories to learn English is one of the most enjoyable ways to improve your language skills. Stories introduce you to new words and grammar in context, making it easier to remember and use them naturally. Plus, the shadow technique helps you focus on how words sound and flow, improving your speaking and pronunciation in a way that feels natural and real. By listening to stories and shadowing, you're practicing your listening skills, expanding your vocabulary, and building confidence in speaking, all at the same time. Remember, practice is the key to fluency. The more you practice these techniques, the more natural your English will become. Whether it's listening to stories, shadowing the sentences, or using the new vocabulary in conversation, consistent practice will lead to steady progress. Keep it up, and you'll see results in no time. Thanks for joining me today. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Keep speaking and have fun learning English. If you enjoyed this lesson, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with friends who are learning English. This way you can help others join in the fun of improving their language skills too. Don't forget to check out more graded readers and podcasts on our channel to continue your learning journey. There's so much more to discover. Share your favorite part of today's story or the sentence you enjoyed shadowing the most in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experience and what you're most excited to practice next.